Welcome back to another deep dive. Today, we're jumping into something really quite unique. Feels ancient, but also incredibly relevant right now. Our goal here is to unpack this fascinating idea from our source material. It's like a vision, really, for a new kind of spiritual leader needed for these times. The core concept. It's called the Gaia Christos, teacher of this age. Now, straight away, the source is super clear. Gaia Christos, it's not a person, not a label you stick on someone. It's symbolic. It represents a new archetype, someone who is, and I'm quoting here, grounded, integrated, luminous, compassionate, and fiercely devoted to truth. And what's really stressed is, look, we're not talking about gurus, not dogmatic authorities. No way. It's about people who truly embody source principles,
Yeah.
and serve humanity out of just unconditional love.
Absolutely. And what really grabs me is how specific it is. It's not just a general spiritual path. It's presented as a leadership model precisely for this age. So in this deep dive, we're going to explore those qualities, the roles, really get a full picture of what this new model means.
Okay, let's unpack this then. The source starts with what it calls the non-negotiables, the foundations for this archetype. First one, and it feels absolutely central, is unconditional love as a living current. So this Gaia Christos teacher is rooted in genuine love and compassion for everyone, for humanity. And it's not for show, right? The material says this love is real, radiant, and healing. It flows from the heart's fountain, the Amrita Nadi.
The Amrita Nadi. That's a deep reference in itself, that channel of divine nectar of immortality.
Exactly. And here's the really insightful part for me. This love. It manifests only when personality and psychology are healed. So it's not something you just decide to switch on, it's an outcome.
Right. It's the fruit of awakened service, as the source puts it. It emerges from the inner work, from that healed state, which leads perfectly into the next foundation.
Yeah, which is service as sacred duty.
This teacher is fundamentally in service to the upliftment of all beings. And crucially, this service, it is not attached to outcome, obedience, or recognition. None of that.
Okay, so it's pure intention then.
Pure intention flowing from alignment with the divine plan. And think about the forms this could take. Healing, teaching, building communities, or sometimes it's just about holding presence. And the source does warn this path might mean you have to stand alone, speak truths people don't want to hear.
Face resistance. Yeah, that sounds tough. Needs real inner strength.
Definitely. It's not about being popular.
So these foundations, the love, the selfless service, they really set the stage for a much deeper inner journey, don't they?
Exactly. And this is where the source gets really potent. It talks about surrender and the gateway to realization. There's this incredibly stark statement. That which is surrendered is dissolved. That which is not surrendered possesses us.
Wow, that hits hard. Possesses us.
It really does. It underlines just how necessary it is to surrender that lesser ego, the attachments, the false identities we cling to. That surrender is the gate through which divine realization flows. It's not optional for this path.
And it connects this to real figures, or at least archetypal ones, like Maha-Avatar Babaji.
Yeah, it says the Gaia Christos teacher inherits this vow from figures like Babaji, who in those traditions chose to stay here, basically, out of love to help humanity evolve. So surrender isn't just letting go. It's like taking on a profound commitment, a legacy almost.
That makes sense. And this inner work, it keeps going, right? With the sacred heart and the refusal to give up.
This teacher, they walk through difficulty with humility, courage, and dignity. It's not about avoiding challenges. There's that really inspiring call, see others as yourself, serve the forgotten, help the broken, inspire the disbeliever.
It's very active, very engaged.
Totally. Every karmic challenge is met as a lesson and an opportunity to teach. And the source reminds us, look, it is not about perfection, thank goodness.
Right.
It's about presence, resilience, and love. Showing up again and again through whatever life throws at you, transforming it.
Okay, so we have this deep inner foundation. Love, service, surrender, resilience. What does this look like on the outside? How does this teacher express themselves? Connect.
Well, the source emphasizes uniqueness. The Gaia Christos teacher honors their unique gifts. It literally says your presence is needed in your authentic form.
Whether that's music, healing, teaching, whatever it is.
Exactly. Art, speaking, just that quiet inner knowing. And they offer guidance with an open mind and whole heart, importantly, without imposing belief.
That's key, holding that 360-degree awareness, not dogmatic.
Not at all.
Right.
And crucial to this outward expression is the inner connection. The source states, communion with source and spirit is not optional. It is essential.
Ah, okay, so it's a constant dialogue.
A constant, clean, and open channel, as they put it,
Hmm.
for telepathic communion with interplane masters, guides, and galactic beings of light.
Right, connecting to those higher levels of guidance.
And the result of that connection, it comes out as inspired speech, wisdom, timing, improvisation, and service. It informs everything they do.
So connecting this all up then, it's not just inner work and spirit communication, it's also about integrating some serious knowledge, right? And a
Yeah.
whole new way of teaching.
Oh, absolutely. And there's a really critical point made here. Knowledge without love creates separation.
Hmm.
Mm.
That's a powerful warning. Like, you can know all the spiritual stuff, but still be disconnected.
Exactly. It can feed the ego, create more division if it's not balanced by the heart. So, the Gaia Christos teacher integrates mind and heart, grounding all that sacred knowledge in actual lived experience.
And the kind of knowledge is pretty vast. Things like creation principles and divine rays, sacred geometry, Merkabah science, the tree of life.
Yeah, the fundamental patterns, the light body activation. Then there's history of galactic civilizations and starseed origins.
So a cosmic perspective, too.
Definitely. And ascension teachings and soul matrix unfoldment, understanding our evolutionary path. But here's the kicker. This knowledge must not be hoarded, but shared with humility and discernment.
Right, shared wisely, not just dumped on people.
Precisely. Which leads into their pedagogical wisdom and inspired teaching. It's not about lecturing. They teach through subtlety, story, and seeding thought. It's like the source says, the art of teaching is not to give answers, but to awaken insight.
Kind of like Socrates, or Christ with parables.
Exactly. Using parable, analogy, and layered guidance. A good teacher, it says, does not turn away questions, but transforms them into shared revelation. It's co-discovery.
I like that. And this teacher isn't afraid of the modern world either, are they? They embrace science and tech.
Far from afraid. They understand the fusion of ancient wisdom and emerging science, so they might study things like, well, quantum physics, energy systems, free energy technologies.
Wow, big topics.
Huge. Also, biology, genetics, and DNA activation, looking at our physical potential. And it even mentions interstellar travel, multidimensional realities, and bilocation.
Okay, so really pushing the boundaries of known reality there.
It suggests a truly multidimensional awareness, prepared for whatever comes next.
Right. It's getting really deep now. Because after the inner work, the knowledge, the teaching, the source talks about mastering reality itself, including the darker aspects.
Yes, and this is maybe one of the most challenging parts. The need to integrate both light and shadow. It says knowledge of the dark brotherhood, those negative forces, the manipulation of humanity, and the distortion of truth must be known.
But why? Isn't that dangerous?
Well, the key is why you know it. Not to dwell in fear, but to transmute. It's about understanding the game, so to speak, in order to help change it.
Okay. Transmutation, not fixation.
Exactly. And the source adds that the teacher is protected by higher forces when serving in truth. They become a kind of light warrior, helping to free the planet from old cycles.
And psychic gifts often come with this level of mastery, right?
They emerge, yes. Psychic gifts emerge through devotion, self-mastery, and light embodiment. Things like healing, intuitive knowing, telepathy, clairvoyance, maybe other Siddhic powers.
Cities, those spiritual abilities.
Right. But again, the emphasis is clear. These are not to impress, but to serve. They require inner purification and awakening that solar angel within, that higher self.
So they're earned, essentially.
Yeah.
Through lifetimes, the source suggests.
Walk through many lifetimes to earn these gifts, yeah. It underscores the depth of commitment involved.
So pulling all these threads together, this vast inner work, integrated knowledge, mastery, service, how does it create this new archetype for this age? What makes it new?
Well, the source is very explicit. This teacher is not a relic of old religious structures. That's key.
Not the old model.
Not the old model. This is tailored specifically to meet a rebellious and awakening humanity. People today, especially younger generations or those waking up, they don't just accept dogma.
Right. They demand authenticity, resonance, depth.
Exactly. So this teacher faces challenge and scrutiny. They don't shy away from it. They don't fear controversy or difficult questions. In fact, they specifically engage with and educate starseed children and awaken souls who demand truth, resonance, and depth. They meet people there.
Wow. Okay. That's quite a picture. We've covered so much ground: that foundational, unconditional love, the selfless service.
The deep surrender, that refusal to give up.
Then integrating all that knowledge, mind and heart, mastering light and shadow.
And the psychic gifts emerging purely for service.
It all flows into this new archetype. powerful stuff.
It really is. And, the most encouraging part, I think, especially for anyone listening who feels drawn to this, is what the Source says about the inner vow. It
Mm.
says basically, look, you may not yet embody all these qualities. That is not the point,
Okay, that's a relief.
right? The point, the absolute crucial thing is your willingness to walk the path with love, humility, and dedication. Because if you are willing, if you take that inner vow, then the qualities will unfold. You will become a beacon.
You will become a beacon. That's beautiful. It puts the power back in our hands and our intention. So maybe the question we leave everyone with today, drawing from the Source, is this. What does it mean for you in your own life to practice the presence of God, whatever that means for you, to honor your unique design, and to serve with your whole being? How might you, just as you are right now, start to become a beacon for this age? Something to reflect on.